This fiber's working a little bit better. The stock's going down with this one. A little bit. You see the force flush. Definitely nervous. Definitely nervous. Waiting to see if YouTube's going to come through, guys. Waiting to see if SKCT is going to drop as well. Yeah, it's coming through. Someday, guys, someday. It's not over. I'm in SCKT full size. But we're doing well. We're doing all right. I'm flat on the. I added full size SKCT. I'm flat. I'm down $70. I'll show you. Hopefully, I can show you the trades. Someday. I mean, potentially we're good for a 2K a day here. Someday. I didn't trade small account. I was stuck in SCKT. I was down 800 at the start of the day, and I was like, oh my god. So that just messed up my day, and just full focus on trying to get it back and trying to do all right. So, but there was a number of really, really, really good patterns on to do. SKCT will get to. I'm a bit down, I'm down on it, so I'm a bit worried, but I'm okay. But SKCT, I mean, look, KBSF was an overnight hold, was $45. MDGS was SCKT is coming down, I think. MDGS was a $926 trade. It was my favorite pattern. We'll go into it. SCKT, I lost 800, and then I've just took 1,000 back on the recent drop, and I think hopefully I'll take another 1,000 on the next drop, so that'll put us up $2,000. SLDB was 500, so I'm up 1.5k ish on MDGS and SLDB. SCKT, I'm pretty much break even, which leaves us like 1.1 up. But I'll just try and explain this. Hey, how's it going? How are you guys? Nice to see everyone. Clint is literally the first person I've ever showed me data with and shared it with. So Clint and Bram, but Clint is the first person I walk through me data. So he's got a bit of a place in my heart, and it's nice to see you in here, Clint. There's the dude. It's been a crazy day, to be honest. I mean, we'll talk through the most. I mean, look, MDGS was a $900 trade straight from beta. And Clint, you'll relate to this, brother, because I can explain it, but you'll not understand unless you've had the lessons. SKCT is rolling over. So MDGS, look, SKCT was the main run of the day. You've got the pop and fail. You've got the bag holders. It fell on 160 million. It's trading nothing today. MDGS was destined to do nothing but just go straight down. So I took big size, not big, but I took big size. Yeah, I'm not going to lie about it. I took like $7,000 at 320, covered around 270. I took 10% on $7,000 or $8,000 or 12%. So I took like a straight 8,900. There's an immediate 900 on the VWAP fail. If I'd have sold up here, it would have been about a 1,500 trade. I just didn't see it in time. But MDGS is like favorite. I was really happy with that. And then I saw SLDB and I was like, oh my God, it's the same as MDGS. Favorite. Like, market's so good for shorts. It's just so hot. And when it's so hot, it brings good setup. So SLDB, I mean, look, if you look, basically, MDGS and SLDB are the same thing. So you've got MDGS. You can see downward chart, and then you can see failed move, and then second attempt at a failed move. And then if you look at SLDB, it's just the same thing, right? It's a downward chart, it's a failed move, and then another failed move. So SLDB and MDGS, although the different sectors, one's a shipping company and one's a drug manufacturer, they're identical charts, and this has got a lot of volume on the fail as well. So SLDB as well, I was short of 5-6K into the 430s. covering in the fours. So again, I took like 8%, which was like $500. And in SCKT was the same. The only difference with SCKT was the best of them all, right? Because I mean, look, it was at the time pre-market, it was opening around the 367s. You had the 4 resistance, you had this huge volume resistance. The only problem with SKCT was it just had too much volume, and it's up on earnings, but the earnings aren't that spectacular. And I was like, SKCT was the main one I was in, and to be honest, it's rolling over now. Yeah, I'm up 150. I'm in $4,000 on it, so I'm up 3%, which is 145, 157. Yeah, it's coming down. But SKCT, I mean, look, we can go through this. I've got a cover for 500 at 307. Do I want that? Yeah, I'll take 307. So I mean, look, this is really, if you guys want us to go through stocks, I can. I'm not really doing much. 10%, $4,000 is for, yeah, I'll take 10%. So SKCT, if we look at it from this point of view, look, it's gapped up on earnings, and if you look at the daily, so if we look at right now, if you look at the 3 level, which is at 330 now, imagine it's at the 3 level. So it's at these 3s. It's got all of this resistance with all of this back holder volume. So it's a very, it appears to be a good short as of now. This is yesterday. When we scroll along, we come into today. Let's come a bit closer. Right. It's gapped. It's coming down off the 3, right? I take it short very early at 264. I'm like, this is a bag holder overextended bounce short. It's like pretty much every big short's favorite pattern. And at the time, it's trading 800,000. I'm like, look, the resistance is 100 mil. It's trading 800,000. I'm good. Crazy volume comes in. You start getting these 250,000 candles, and I'm like, oh, this is slightly more questionable now. When we break, I mean, look, when the volume's like 1,000, 1,500, I'm good. When the volume starts doing like, because it was doing like 100,000 over 20 minutes, then it starts doing 200,000 in a minute. I cut it as it breaks through the 3s, 310s. And then when this tops, I reshort in the 320s. Hoping, like I'm literally hoping. And then when this candle comes in here, you get the big candle. Is it? Yeah, here, and it comes in with 200,000. I'm like, look, I'm done. I'm not even risking this. I took an 8. I was short $3,000. I short $3,000 from like the 3s, and then obviously I let it go up into the 330s. Obviously didn't cut it there. Obviously cut it in the 350s, and I was down like 700. I was maybe short $4,000, and I was down 700, and then just cut. And luckily, the best thing I ever did was when this broke, I cut it at 330, and this is why I'm really pleased about my data. I was like, this is trading 8, 9, 10 million pre-market. It's trading 10 million pre. It's going to trade a couple of 100 to 200 mil during the open. This does not fit my criteria for a bounce short, and I took it off. And then I went to MDGS and made 900. I went to SLDB and made 500, and I made 1.5k. Well, I only lost 800 on this one because I realized that it broke my data, and I went to patterns that fulfilled me data and went on to make double. And then I looked at this at the open, and to be honest, with a lot of these trades, I noticed. Can you see? I'm watching it closely because I'm actually short 5k right now. I'm up 1.1k on the day, and I'm up 100 now, so I'm up 1.2. But I'm expecting a flush of 10% of the 3s, which would put us up $2,000. No, it wouldn't. It would put us up. I'm in $4,000. Yeah, I need 20. I need another 20% for 2k day. It's flushing though, I think. So what I noticed though was, and this is a big telltale. I don't know. I can't. Oh, I can draw it. Yeah, nice. You see how the volume decreased here? And then this big candle, and then this big candle. It's not getting bought up by a hedge fund or the others or whatever. It's like, oh, someone's like turning the algo off on this or something. So I got back short, added a little bit of size, and then actually took it back off by the open because the trend wasn't breaking back. The trend wasn't breaking down, right? This looked like a little short trap, and it popped back up. As with Bram didn't make money today, sadly lost. But I remember text Bram and I was like, Bram, this can go to the 430s based on this volume. It actually went to 438. It could have washed, it could have pushed. I didn't know. It could have just stayed the same, right? I was like, worst case, this is going to go to 438, and you try and prepare for these in your head. So I will probably show you guys a chart of this later, and I'll show you all my entries and exits. I'm happy to do that. I'm up 200, I'm up 250 unrealized. That's a 1.3 day. I've got a cover at 307. Took this up, and then I covered, and I was up like 800 on this squeeze. I covered the top like not like an idiot, but like when this squeezed up, I was like, this is going to 5, 6, and if this did go to 5 or 6, and I didn't cover, I would have been annoyed that, because I basically was up 900 on the day because I lost 800, then I made 1.4 back. That's up 600. Then on this squeeze, I cut it at the top. I was 200 up on the day when I cut it. And to be honest, I must have got back short around the 420s when it just looked like a squeeze. I'm up 300, so that's 1.4. Honestly, when this squeezed, I thought it's got to be going higher. This is going to the 5, 6, 7s. I don't know if this is undisciplined or disciplined, but I got back in the 420s when it didn't rip through. I was like, look, I'm up 200. I'll give it one more shot and I'll break even on the day because it might be a squeeze. And I don't know if that's a good trade or a bad trade, but it's a trade I took. I've got a cover at 307. I don't know if I should take it. I'm going to get it. I've got it. I don't know if that's a good cover or a bad cover, but I've got it. I think the panic could be lower here. I've only got $2,000 in though. That's my problem. I think this can flush to the 270s, 280s, but anyway. I added back in, and then basically I had a pretty good average as short from the 420s, and then so I just basically I thought, right, this is kind of it's not the perfect double top, but you kind of got this double top here, and then this is a lower high, then this is a lower high, and then this is a double top, and I was like, it's squeezing and it's volatile, but the innings aren't that good. This stock over 10 years has got to look. I mean, it just failed the other month. It's got a huge history of failing. If you go across a 10-year chart, it's failed a whole bunch of times. So like this stock is, and it makes some sort of mobile phone application stuff. I don't know what it does. I am burning commissions today. Just took a little ad there. I mean, I got covered at 307. I'm probably adding at the same place I covered and just burning commissions. I'm just trying to get some size back on because I think this has got a lot more downside. Because I don't want to. So I'm just putting an ad at 327. Hopefully, we'll get like a little 4% push. So I'm only in $2,500, and this is 110% up. It can go down to 80% or 70% or 60%. So I really don't want to bleed me size, and like I've done all the hard work finding the top. I really don't want to just fuck up and cut early. But you've got to take profits, so it's a weird one. But look, we've got the gapped on. These don't really count because there's no volume. But I mean, what I'm really looking at is it really went parabolic and then failed. And I'm expecting, I mean, look, I mean, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And this is certainly history rhyming here, right? So the last time this pushed, I mean, this was back in August. Is this September, October, November, December, January? So this is like a year ago before. So this stock, SKCT, traded 100 million before the big volume and the Robin Hooders and the coronavirus. It traded outrageous volume for its time, for its context, and give it all back. And I think even if this trades 300 million, it's the same volume it traded like back in the day with its context. Traded outrageous volume back in the day by market standards back last July. I think it's done the same, and I think honestly this is probably a swing short. It's gone from the 420s down to the twos, so it's given like 50% of the move back. And if you've got $5,000 in and you take 40%, you've made a $2,000 trade there. So I'm really trying to hold, but I've got to take profits. I mean, in a perfect world, I'm like shorting the pops, covering the dips, shorting the pops, covering the dips. So I'm meant to be going out in an hour, but I'm really looking for the 240s on this. And I mean, it's like, do I just cut it and go out? Do I put a stop in and go out? I'm going to be distracted the whole time. I don't know if I can really do that. It's a tough one. But I mean, look, do you make $1,000 or do you go out with your mates? I don't know. Questions, I'm done. Hey, John, what's up? What's up, Patrick? Hey, Clint, nice to see you, brother. Hopefully I've just explained there. Friday, brother. Yes, it is. I should be out. I've not been feeling good lately, honestly. Like, it's funny, you can have these 1,000 days or 2,000 days or whatever this will end up. Hopefully it'll be a $2,000 day, but you can have these $2,000 days and just not be bothered. Like, feel a bit shitty, to be honest. What? How's it going, brother? Michael? I know, mate. I'm fucking tempted to take. I've just threw another little bit on. I'm near full size, like near full size right now. Hopefully we're gonna get the drop here. Just added a bit. Yeah, it was perfect ad, I think. Just added a few more shares just as it's rolling over here on the 313s. It's like, at what point do you quit? So if I get $2,000 up, like 2.1, 2.2, I'll probably quit. As of now, I'm up 1.6, but I've got commissions. So with the commissions off, I'm up 1.4. So I've got commissions and ECNs because I hammered in and out of this to try and find the top. So that's it, man. I mean, look, this death drop is the end. Longs are trapped down here into the 340s, but the stock literally, I mean, I was short in the three, so this is a long way down. That is a long way down. So I'm kind of just holding. I can't see how this won't bleed most of it back. This should, I mean, look, tell you what we're going to do. This is going to trade what? I'd say this trades 200 mil, 220 mil. If we look at the data, Project Q. Yep. Okay. So it's going to trade around this thing, which means the high is about 50%. The high was actually 380 to 450, so 70. That's about 30, 35, this one, I think. The average, yeah, so some went red, some closed up 30%. The best that I've saw, did any go parabolic? Yeah. This is yeah, this should, in terms of data, this should go at least, say, it should at least give another 50% back. So yeah, so 20, yeah, I mean, really, we should be looking at the 230s, to be honest. Don't know if I'd be holding that long. I want to go out. By the data that I've got and the historical examples, this should be given back to the 230s, I guess. It seems a bit weird, though. But I mean, look, it dropped from 4 to 3, so it can probably drop from 3 to 2, right? I guess I'll try and cover in the 220s or something like that. But I'm up 1.5. As of now, I'm up 1.5. Dragon, nice to see you. I'm sorry that you went through. I saw you wrote on my Twitter that you were struggling. I'm sorry about that. Hit us up on Instagram though, and if you've got any specific questions, I can try and help you. I'm in. I don't even have full size, man. I'll try and take like 283. I'll try and take some off. Because I genuinely think this will probably go to. The data says 220, but I don't believe it. I think I need my intuition says 265, 270. Emrin, we're gonna have a quick look at. Nice squeeze. I generally play these on day 2 of the bounce. I don't like to play them now. This is just people have shorted this, took profits, little squeeze up. So I mean, I was short this red day. It's a bit of a squeeze. I think it'll probably hold the 3s. I don't think there's much volatility in it. Generally, I'd short these on day 2 of the bounce. Did you, Lucas, mate? Honestly, I've been depressed recently, so I haven't really been doing much. But I will check, brother. I'm sorry. 5-year chart of Emirates. Yeah, like it fails, but it definitely fails, but I still think there's not much volatility in this. Like, what did it do before? Is this the... Yeah. So this is the last time, and like, so look, this is the bounce last time. Yeah, I mean, look, it might roll over, it might bounce a bit more and then roll over. We're in a stronger market than the last time, but either this bounces a little bit more and then rolls over, or just rolls over. I don't think it's going to squeeze unless it has news. Riot, it's interesting with the Bitcoin stuff. I like the kind of double top here. But again, you guys have been mentioning this to us, and I said this on the last live stream that unless Riot has some volume to break through, I can't see it doing much. Like they had the PayPal deal, right? I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, dude, that's SCRT might be next leg down. 283, I've got to cover, just reminders of that. We're cracking 298. Holding 3 of it. Yeah, not easy to get borrows. You have to be quick. I've got to be honest, my borrows for MDGS for... I feel sick. I paid $150 for the borrows on MDGS. I made like 930, so borrows are really pricey. Yeah, I wouldn't have took them on another day. I only took them because I was stuck and I was down on SCKT. Mike, you always say this. The webinars are really good. I appreciate that. Yes, brother. I didn't eat for 2 days and exercise loads, and then I've kind of lost control. But and this is me, I'm extreme, but I mean I've lost control and I'll have a $2,000 day, and it's not the end of the world. Day 31, yeah. And guys, I'm super sorry I don't have a trade on the small account. I'm super sorry I don't have a trade on the Trade Zero account. Like I want these webinars to be about Trade Zero. Because I did this challenge with a small account, right? And I've got this webinar series, and then I've got to stick to the webinar series because I've started it. But I think you guys are happy as long as the educational material comes out. And honestly, like I try and grow that account, but I'm just getting stuck sometimes, right? I think we should skip to SCKT and then I'll take some more questions because it's coming down. And I want you guys to see how emotionless I am. Like, you see how I've got no emotion? Like, I've got 5K short in SKCT. I'm up 350 unrealized. I don't really have much emotion because, like, I'm at the point now, and I want to be at the point, and I think this is where everyone should be, where I'm not bothered about the profits. I'm bothered about the performance and the pattern. And all day I was like, this was very choppy, and all day I was like, look, I believe in the pattern, I believe in the data, I believe in my ability to judge the data, I believe in my intuition, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, say I'm up, it's easier when you're profitable, but I'm like, look, I'm up $3,000 on the month. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I'm right, then I'm up five if I make two here. Do you know what I mean? So it's easy when you're making money, but I just want to try and give you the insight and not being chopped up and scared out and not thinking money first and stuff like that. The reason I feel that. Okay. I think, are you talking about SKCT? I don't know if it failed for barcode as though, mate, because it only traded six, unless you're talking about Emrin, but it's only really traded volume. 283 is the cover here. I kind of want to take it, I kind of don't. I think I might get it though. I think I'm gonna get it. 87. It's kind of 87. 86. 88. 87. Fucking hate doing this. I've covered 300 at 291, and I hate doing that. I hate doing that. But it looks like it's looking to bounce. So I took the cover 83, 84. Took it 7 cents early, so maybe 2-3%. But I'll just add all of this back on. So I'm up 1.6. I'm coming on to 2K, right? I'm doing all right. I've got $2,000 left in this, so I need about a 20% move. Yeah, but the previous volume wasn't backholder volume, and honestly, the float is about 7 million, right? Yeah, I mean, I know. Like, my job is to try and give you everything. I mean, to be honest, I'm just passing on. If you want to know the truth, like, I learned a fuckload from the Tim Sykes challenge. I still watch the webinars in the challenge. I'm kind of passing this on to you guys for free. It's pretty bad. But I learned an absolute fuckload from Tim Grattani, from Mark Crew. I met Roland Wolf in Italy when I went to the Market Mastery. Like I don't want to be, I'm not bragging because I've barely done anything. But if you want to know why I'm up 1.6, 1.7K today, it's from I learned from the best traders. Like, I'm fucking not clever at all. I'm pretty dumb. I am not intelligent. I'm good at copywriting, but I'm not that clever. I mean, memory's shit, and I'm not finance guy. But I learn from the best people, and you guys can say it's an idea and say, no, I don't care. Intuition. It's art versus science. I mean, look, the thing's traded 30 million, 20 million pre-market. If you look, I mean, look, it's just data. Like, I've got all this data, I've got endless streams of data. So that's only a tiny bit of it. The data says that the high of the day, if it trades this volume, it's going to push this much. So I predicted the top based on historical evidence of what stocks that are like this have done prior. And I mean, look, obviously the prior resistance comes to it, but it broke the prior resistance. That call with that top is based on data and slight intuition, because it's not prior resistance because it broke it. No, I'll not. I'm hoping for a $2,000 day. I haven't had one in a while. No way. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant long. I wish I'd took it. I mean, we can go to that exact. It's a brilliant long, brother. I was thinking it myself. Let's take a quick look at it. Let's clear all these lines. So you're talking about a long at 7:55. I think it must be here. Yeah, yeah, because that's 8 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, look, this long I didn't see it, but it's a beautiful long. You've got this wedge break. I mean, the chart's shit, but people are shorting this because the people are shorting this because the chart's shit, right? And all of a sudden, shorts like me are underwater. This trend break, because at the end of the day, you're going long from 313. You're risking three. Three is a nice whole dollar number. We're getting the panic on SKCT now. Three is the whole dollar number. You've literally got this long from 3 to 4, right? So that's a 25% long, and you can get out no problem when this trend breaks. Maybe you get out 370, but you're taking profits on the way up. But yeah, I love the long end. You can play stocks long and short, no problem. And if you're brave, you keep a bit of size, because that is not the opening minute, is it? The opening minute on this, I might stay on live stream until we hit the 2K. I'm up 1.6. I'm actually up 1.8. I'm up 1.5 realized, but this phase. Trying to hang on and stay on. But we traded 2.5 million in the opening minute, which is a sign that this has likely got a good chance of pushing. But the second minute when I traded 5, I mean, that's when you know that you're like, if a stock trades 8 million in the first 2 minutes, like, it's pretty hard. 80% of the market are long. It's pretty hard not to get some kind of push here, right? So we got the push from the 370s into the 370 into the 430s. So that's a 25% push. And yeah, what else we got? Yeah, me friends are probably going out at 5. Let's see what the crack is. Shit. How many friends are going out? I'll show you this. So this is me. Where is it? That's me, mate. Seeing he's on the drink already. $1K day for Jack Christian. Nice, brother. Dude, we'll have to get on a chat sometime, brother. I miss you. I couldn't make it to 2. I'm not at 2 yet. I'm at 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. I'll hold a bit. Guys, I'm going to have to go because I'm meant to be getting ready and on the drink. And it's tricky because I want to hold this longer. I think I'm going to end up just taking 1.6 because I'm meant to be going on the drink. No, I didn't get the call, brother. Yes, Trade Zero had this short, yeah. Guys, I'm going to have to go. All right, I'm meant to be out and on the drink. So, look, we're doing well. I'm thinking about just taking this all off. 1.3. So 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Yeah, it's a 1.60. We're getting one more drop here, it looks. Look, watch this drop here. I'm out. Ugh, what did I do? Took it all off. All right, so I closed $1,647 after commissions. 1,837 realized. I'm out. Fuck it. I'm going on the drink. Peace.